Luke Thomas for MMAfighting.com here in Atlanta at the UFC 145 pre-fight workouts with UFC bantamweight Miguel Torres. Miguel, I gotta say, your mood is one of absolute joy. You really seem to be happy to be back and a part of this experience again. Am I overreading it?
No, I'm happy. I'm relaxed. I'm calm. I'm a lot of things right now. I'm excited to fight on Saturday, and I want to get out there and show the world I've been working on.
Tell me about, I want to get you fight with Michael McDonald, but first let's talk about the Twitter incident just a little bit. When you got the news that you'd been cut, frightened about your future? How did you feel?
I wasn't sure too much what was going to happen. I got cut, and I was like, man, what am I going to do? I wasn't even thinking about going to Bellator or anywhere else. I knew that I was cut, and I knew I made a mistake, and I wanted to figure out what I did wrong and why I was wrong and fix it. And I fixed it, and I made amends to the situation, and I got back in, and I had this newfound vigor for coming out there and taking care of what I got to take care of. I know it could be taken away at any minute, so I got to not take it for granted and appreciate it.
That's what I was going to say. Did this give you a new appreciation for how rare an opportunity this is and what an elevated stage it is, given that it was snatched away?
100%, 100%. I was on top of the world. Just with the security of fighting in the UFC, and then being taken away over a dumb comment for me, it was devastating. So, I appreciate what I do now, and I'm careful what I say, of course, and I'm just happy to be back.
All right, let's talk about your opponent, Michael McDonald. He said something I thought was kind of interesting, that certainly you're a dangerous fighter, capable fighter. He wasn't in any way understating the challenge.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, 100%.
But he did say that he felt since the loss to Brian Bowles, you've made changes to your game that didn't improve it, and that you shouldn't have changed your style after just one loss. What was your response to those comments?
Well, the biggest thing is, he doesn't live the life that I live, and he doesn't go through the things that I go through. So it's easy to judge somebody on how they've done something and how they've changed their style, because you haven't been through what they've been through. I've got 10 years on him. I've been doing this for a lot longer than he has. And the biggest thing for me is I thought the same way when I was his age. I thought the same exact way. But for me, it wasn't that I changed my whole style. I learned a new style, and I had to adapt it to my old style. And to do that, I had to use it first. And fighting against guys that are 5'2", 5'3", I can't run out there and chase these guys, because they're predominantly wrestlers, and they're going to wait there for a takedown or catch you with a big overhand right. So for me, I had to be smart, and I had to fight smart, and learn how to use my distance. I had to learn how to use the new things that I was training, and adapt it to my style. And I got an opponent like Michael McDonald, I'm going to 100% be able to use those things, because I know that he's going to be aggressive and wait for a counter strike and try to come at me.
So there was a time when you were integrating new skills that maybe you hadn't quite perfected yet,
100%.
Like Tiger Woods changing his golf swing
100%.
or something.
It's 100%. It's like learning how to throw a new jump shot. I know what I can do. I know my old style works, but I'm learning a new style to make my old style better. And against Michael McDonald, you're going to see that in full effect.
So talk to me about your new style. One thing I've sort of noticed is that you always were aggressive on the bottom, but maybe we're super submission hunting now. Sweeps seem to be a huge part of your game. Is that a fair characterization?
Well, the biggest thing is you can't just hunt for submissions on the bottom anymore, because what happens is now when you're on the bottom, a lot of guys, like when I was fighting Michael Johnson, he's just going to try to hold you down and pin you. He's not going to try to pass your guard. He's not going to try to knock you out. He's going to just try to hold you and steal the round. And you see that in a lot of the fights now. Guys will stand for about 3 or 4 minutes and they'll wait for that last minute and try to shoot and take you down and hold you. And they try to steal rounds that way. So for me, I train a lot to when I get to the ground, I sweep, submit, or get up within 30 seconds. So I drew that into my system. So if the submission is there, I'm going to hunt for it, but if not, I'm going to get up or I'm going to sweep you.
Is that a way to revive the guard? I know you said you're going to get up, but maybe if you do play on bottom a little bit and you are constantly sweeping guys, like you did to Demetrius Johnson pretty successfully, is that a way to revive the guard in MMA? In a sense, you're booming into mount if you reverse it, but it's still a way to make use of it, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think the guard should be an offensive tool, not a defensive tool. And for me, I know that a lot of guys use the guard to defend themselves. I think if you're playing defense in a fight, you're losing. I think you need to go out there and you need to be offensive. And my guard from the beginning of my career has been my bread and butter, and it's my offensive tool. And my guard is still extremely dangerous. But I was using sweeps and I was using, get-ups to learn a new way, add to my game. You always want to add, not take away.
All right, so before I let you go, I know that in your blog series on MMA Fighting, you had said that you couldn't find good tacos in Montreal, and I know you're still dieting because it's pre-fight. Have you found an Atlanta hole where you can get a good post-fight meal that can satisfy the hunger of Miguel Torres?
Not yet, man. I'm not worried about that till I go home. The biggest thing I'm focusing on now is my opponent and what I got to do to dominate and beat him, and I'll worry about the food after the fight.
Okay. Miguel Torres, best of luck to you. Thank you for talking to MMA Fighting.
Thank you very much, guys.